Hey, I would like to ask you a question as a renter. There's really nothing wrong with renting because especially in this day and age where the interest rates are kind of on the high side. But if you're buying from a new home builder, the builders have actually taken the liberty to buy the interest rate down. The feds have also lowered the interest rate by half a percentage point. It's not as low as we would like it to be because they promised to lower the interest rate 3 times this year and they've only lowered it 1 time, and we're in the last quarter of the year. But as a renter, I'm pretty sure you've had family members or you've had friends that have gone through the home buying process and maybe something tragic happened, like they didn't get the keys to their new home. And it's the same story and it's the same situation over and over again. Because there are 3 things that can prevent someone from getting the keys to their new home. And that part never changes. It's those 3 things, because the goal that you're trying to accomplish is to get something that's called a clear to close. But if you don't get the clear to close, then you're not gonna close on your new home. And most people feel that since they have a pre-approval or they have a conditional loan approval, that's set in stone. But it's not. It's a lot more to it than that. And that's why I host these webinars to kind of go into more detail about how that all works, because it's sad that no one is talking to these first-time home buyers about this particular junction or part of the home buying process, which is so crucial. It's kind of like, I guess you driving a car and someone forget to screw the bolts on tight. They forget to tighten those bolts up, but you know eventually that the wheel is going to come off. So it's like that type of scenario will never change. So no matter how many times you put, and it's probably a bad analogy, but no matter how many times you put a tire on a car and you don't properly screw the bolts on where it's tight, if you're driving on the road or on the freeway, eventually that tire is going to come off. So I compared it to the home buying process, because no matter how many times someone goes through the home buying process, when they get to a particular junction, a particular stage during the home buying process, it's 3 things that the lender is going to be requiring or requesting of the home buyer. And if one of those 3 things is out of place, then you ain't going to close on your home. So if you're never told up front in the very beginning what those 3 things are and how they can impact your loan, then by the time you get to that stage, or by the time the car is on the freeway and it's been going for a while and the tire has slowly been coming off and those nuts eventually pop off, then the car is going to drop down and you're going to see sparks coming out, and it's just going to be a bad deal. So when we go back to comparing it to the home buying process, all this hype is built up. You've gotten all your paperwork turned in. The lender's got the paperwork. Now it goes into the underwriter. And those 3 things that no one really kind of talked to you about, and it's kind of crazy to me. It's just like I did a TikTok on amortization schedules and stuff like that, and how you can pay the home off faster. And no one really talks about that either. So I'm going to get more into that. So back to the story. So those 3 things, and I'm going to tell you what they are. The first one is the underwriter is going to check 3 things before they finalize your loan closing. They call it a clear to close. The first thing they're going to do is they're going to check they want to update a bank statement. And a lot can go wrong during that time. And those are the things I discuss on the live. I go into a lot more detail about it. But the first thing they want is an updated bank statement. And I get buyers to fight me on that all the time. And I'll tell you why they fight me on that. The second thing they do is they do a soft credit pool. And the reason they do the soft credit pool is because they want to make sure that you didn't go out shopping. And believe it or not, some things can magically appear on your credit report right when you're about to close. And then the third thing that they do is a verification of employment. And I've had some buyers get laid off a week before closing, and they say, no problem, I'll just get a new job when I close on a home. But they're not going to close on a home. So again, at that juncture, at that particular stage of the loan process, those three things must be met. Nothing needs to have changed. And if anything changes, you are not getting those keys to your new home. And like I said, I do a live webinar. It's about 2.5 hours. I go into so much detail on how this works, how you can prevent it from happening to you, it's bad enough it's stressful when you start the process. I want you to be planning spas. If you're going to be on a contract for 30 days or 30 to 45 days, this is one of the most expensive purchases that most people make during their lifetime. But I want you to have fun. I don't want you to be stressed out. And people are going to be saying, man, why are you not stressed out? It's because you know something that they don't know. You know what those pitfalls are that lie ahead, and you're going to know how to avoid them. So that's what my goal is in all of this when I do these series of live webinars, because it's the same story. When I hear someone didn't get the keys, I already know why. When I ask them why, they tell me it's one of those three things that happened to them was the reason why they weren't able to get the keys to their new home. And a lot of money and time and energy was invested in them trying to go through that process. And a lot of times they get discouraged and they give up and they don't want to try again. Well, we want your first time through to be a beautiful experience and not one that's going to end in you not reaching your goal, which is to get the keys to your brand new home. So hopefully I'll see you on a live webinar soon. And if not, feel free to take advantage of that free guide that's in the description. It's free. It's all yours. It's a guide that will walk you through as you go through the home buying process, and it'll help you keep track, stay organized, and keep up with important dates. So until next time, I'll see you at one of those webinars.